Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for a new series here at Daily Draft, my participation in the Arena Gauntlet League, Duskmourn House of Horror style.
Welcome, honored guests. I see you have found the house. How unfortunate. I would invite you to stay, but, well, I think you will find you don't have much choice in the matter. You see, this is no ordinary building. For starters, there's nowhere exactly to leave to. There's no real outside anymore. The house just sort of slowly became everything. But that's not the worst of it. The house doesn't want you to leave. The house is hungry, and it feeds on fear.
Huh. Well, that was certainly strange. Anyways, as I was saying, the Arena Gauntlet League is a curated, limited format where you open a traditional sealed pool, build a 60-card deck, and battle through a series of weekly gauntlets to attempt to qualify for a top 8 mega draft at the end of the season. Every time you lose a match, you get to add a comeback pack to your pool to boost your deck for future matches, and when you reach your 11th overall loss, you are eliminated from the tournament. Simple as that. Each season, the Gauntlet League rules take on a bit of a twist to reflect the setting of the league, and with Duskmourn House of Horrors, we've certainly got an interesting one.
You don't want to die? Yes, I suppose no one does. If you can outwit, outbattle, trick, and trap other people and let it have a few bites of them, the house will let you keep your little space and your little pretense of freedom. But be warned, the longer people survive in here, the more they are consumed by dread and hopelessness.
The biggest knob being turned in this iteration of the Gauntlet League is your deck size. Your starting deck size for match 1 will be 60 cards, and yes, that is notably 20 cards more than the traditional sealed deck of 40 cards. As you win and lose matches, your deck size changes in the form of your dread level. Each match that you win increases your dread level by 2, and each match that you lose decreases your dread level by an amount based on the specific comeback pack that you choose to add to your pool, as you can see detailed on your screen now. Now, I've never participated in one of these leagues, so I'm not exactly familiar with the optimal way to operate, so I'd be interested in your opinion on which comeback packs you'd be most interested in based on their effect of your deck size. My instinct says that the lower the deck size, the more powerful and consistent the deck, but some of these sets produce better cards and synergies than others. I'm not exactly sure. So let me know what your initial thoughts are in the comments. And one final note is that your dread level is tracked after every match, but only takes effect after each of your losses. So this is basically everything you need to know to be ready to follow along with my participation in the Duskmourn Gauntlet League. Each week on Sundays, beginning next Sunday, a week from today, I will be releasing a video containing each of my weekly matches, updates to the Gauntlet League standings, and so on for you to follow along with. There are a maximum of 6 weeks in the league prior to the top 8 mega draft, assuming you don't accumulate 11 match losses prior to the 6th week of competition. So we're shooting for a record of 20-10 at the very least. And with all that information, today's video will conclude with my sealed deck build that I will use to begin the tournament. So let's dive into that. Alright, let's see what we can't make happen with this sealed pool here now. Remember, this is a 60 card deck with just 6 packs, so it's probably going to be pretty impossible to build straight 2 colors. But the first thing I notice is, I guess we're playing white. Look at all the white cards we have compared to everything else. We have, like, combined blue and green, you still don't reach the number of white cards that I've got. So, when building sealed, usually I like to see the rares. Honestly, the fact that we have so much white means we're probably just going to play white, but we also have Dollmaker Shop Porcelain Gallery, a quite good, aggressive card to go with Screaming Nemesis as well, another good aggressive card here. Hedge Shredder and Enduring Vitality, both of these are good, but you saw how little green cards we have. These are going to be difficult to fit in. Nashi, same thing. We've got 2 Marina Vendrell's Grimoires, and these are horrible, like completely unplayable here. An Unstoppable Slasher, not too bad. Grievous Wound, could be an interesting sideboard card, but probably also not that great. And Nashi is fine. I don't think it's going to make me want to play blue. So this is kind of what I'm looking at. And if we're thinking about going 3 different colors, I mean, one of them's got to be white. I don't think another one could be green because of the lack of green. So I'm basically instantly, oops, like drawn towards like a Mardu thing. Because I also notice we have 3 Nowhere to Runs, as well as a Scorching Dragonfire. What do we got over here? Sheltered by Ghosts, a good removal spell. We have a red-white, a black-red, and a Terramorphic Expanse land to help us potentially work towards a Mardu thing going on here. I mean, again, as the league goes on, we can get some comeback packs to boost our pool, our overall pool here, to help us kind of, you know, fill out the deck and maybe cut it down to 2 colors, but everyone's dealing with the same thing here in week 1. So my first thought is just like, we've got some good removal as well over here in white. I mean, Trapped in the Screen's pretty good. Triple Nowhere to Run is great. Scorching Dragonfire is great. A lot of these red cards are also pretty good aggressive cards too. I wonder if we can like pull out like maybe a base white-red deck. But again, because we're playing 60 cards, we have to splash kind of some black as well. You know, Winter's Intervention is removal. Final Vengeance, sacrificing potentially, you know, these once we open up the entryway and the rotunda. That's a pretty good combo here. This is nice. You know, lots of 2-drops in white. So this is kind of what I'm already looking at over here. Found Footage doesn't really fix. Friendly Teddy could be included if we needed more 2s. Glimmernight isn't horrible. Don't really like Attack in the Box. Don't think I'm going blue for really anything. And we do have Live or Die, or, well, and also Emerge from the Cocoon. We do have Shepherding Spirits, Spectral Snatcher, Fear of Abduction, to kind of like reanimate, as well as a Branch Snapper. I just don't know if the reanimate is going to be like good based off of the kind of aggressive stuff that we've got too. So this is the overarching look at the pool here. So I'm going to go ahead and finish building this for you all, and then I'll make a cut to the final 60 that I'm going to start this tournament running. Okay, after deck building, here is where I decided to end up. So we ended up with so many white cards in our pool that I think an advantage that we have over our competitors, at least to start, is that we can limit ourselves to a 2-color deck. Now I've got the Branch Snapper and the Roots in here. The Branch Snapper just as a reanimate target for Emerge and Live or Die. It also just 2 mana draw land basically. But we can be a pretty tight black-white deck here. 3 copies of Nowhere to Run, Winter's Intervention, Final Vengeance, Trapped in the Screen. Lots of good removal here. Dollmaker Shop had to fit that in. Great card. Some decent enough 2-drops. And what I understand about this league, again, having not played in it before, is that the earlier versions of decks, because this is a typical sealed pool of 6 packs, but you have to build a 60-card deck, are pretty inconsistent and pretty slow. So the games go pretty long, and we had a decent red-white aggro deck. The only issue, if we weren't consistent with it and we couldn't kill our opponents in the first 5 or 6 turns, and they started dropping cards like this against us, we had nothing to combat against that with our super aggressive red-white version. So I'm actually going to start with black-white here. And, you know, if we get some comeback packs after losing some matches early on, then we can reevaluate. We've got some good red cards. I think it's going to take a lot for me to get into green or blue based on what we've got in our pool so far. But this is where I'm going to start it, and I'm super excited to give this a try. Again, you're going to see the first 5 matches in the league a week from today on Sunday. And but don't worry, between now and then, you will still get Monday, Wednesday, Friday Duskmourn drafts here on the channel as well. So bringing extra content to you. You're welcome. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, show that support. And yeah, hopefully you guys are excited as I am about Duskmourn Gauntlet League. I'm pretty excited for this. There are prizes at the end. Stay tuned for that if I qualify for them, but we'll see. So again, thanks for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time here at Daily Draft.